All right, hey people. Today is July 10th, 2021. It's 12 p.m. My name is Chris Lucas. Just want to do a quick show. Um, Basically, I have gotten suspended and banned from YouTube for merely showing you the definition of a vaccine. Why is that? And this was called medical misinformation, and it's from the American Heritage Dictionary, right? Fifth edition. So are they putting out medical misinformation? Because they say a vaccine is a preparation of a weakened or killed pathogen, such as a bacterium or virus, or of a portion of the pathogen structure that, upon administration to an individual, stimulates antibody production or cellular immunity against the pathogen, but is incapable of causing severe infection. Okay, mRNA. These Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, in my opinion, are not vaccines. They're mRNA injections, and they should be called such. It's a completely different treatment as opposed to a vaccine. Traditional vaccines have the actual virus that causes an infection. So let's say I have influenza B, and you create an influenza B vaccine. What they use is influenza B virus. And they might take a portion of it or all of it. And if they take all of it, they'll weaken it and put it in an injection. And since it's weakened, it's not able to cause the same kind of infection, right? In theory. And your body develops immunity to it. Because it sees this and it develops an immunity, but see, it's like mRNA, if it doesn't, it's not the actual virus. And they'll go, well, it creates the spike protein that's like a virus. So that means so it says so it could be a portion of the pathogen structure. So it does fit that description, right? But that's mRNA is a portion of mRNA. It's not a portion of the actual virus. See, this is a vaccine always used a portion of the actual virus. mRNA, it might create something similar to it, but it's not the actual portion of the actual virus. Okay, so it might create something similar, but it's not it. That's the whole thing. It's not it. So, and also, it's based on a theory. It's based on a theory that's how the virus operates. And so that's why you still see, oh, well, you got vaccinated and you're still getting sick, but oh, it'll make you less sick. Well, let's see here. The vaccine's considered what, 95% effective? Less than 99% of people get, like severe COVID, right? So if it's 99%, if the vaccine's 95% effective, how do you know if it's actually, like, who it's working on, how it's working on them, if it's actually 95% less effective? Because one thing when I was looking at this is I don't see vitamin levels. Like, do they test these people for vitamin levels? Like these controlled groups, like, okay, what's your vitamin levels? What's this? Are you getting as much vitamin D as them? You could always, and maybe you did test them, but you never made those results known. But what you did was you divided the group that got the vaccine, and you said, okay, I know these people got high vitamin D levels. I'm going to put them over here, and the people with weaker levels, I'll put them over here. Or maybe it was just randomized, but maybe even in randomizing, you overlooked those two groups, and you might have accidentally put all the people who got good vitamin D levels over here. Or maybe a trained doctor, maybe you can spot and detect certain things in people. And you can go, oh, I can tell just by looking at certain features and characteristics of people that they must have decent vitamin D levels, and these people don't. And you eyeballed them and picked them. I don't know. But all I do know is they never made those results. No. So my whole thing is, sorry, side point. Shit, I got off track on the video. But I want to bring this up. It is a crime, a federal crime, to distribute mislabeled products. See, distribution of mislabeled products in interstate commerce is a federal crime. That's under 21 U.S.C. 331. So I'm going to read just one portion of this article. Food and Drug and Cosmetic Act, 21 U.S.C. 331. Food and Drug and Cosmetic Act, FDCA, prescribes criminal penalties for engaging in interstate commerce of adulterated or misbranded food, drugs, cosmetics, tobacco, or medical devices, enacted in 1938. The potential consequences of an FDCA violation range from a warning to a heft, fine, and or imprisonment. Moreover, the Food and Drug Administration can and generally will respond to violations through the use of civil sanctions such as seizures, injunctions, and monetary penalties. The FDCA is incorporated under federal law as Title 21, Section 331 of the United States Code. Not only is it a crime to adulterate or misbrand consumer products, it's also a federal offense to knowingly traffic expired or mislabeled products. So is this mislabeled? And do you know it is? And see, one thing I want to do is I want to show up to one of these vaccine places if I got the time. You know, I do work 65 to 70 hours a week. But if I got the time, I'd love to show up to one of these vaccine places and ask them the definition of a vaccine and to go over it. And then to go over how this injection could possibly be that. And because, I try to contact these people online and they don't really respond to me. So I'm just going to go right to them and ask them in person. And another thing I want to do is I want to proceed to tell them this and then to see the reactions to people in line and to see if these people still give this out. Do you still keep injecting people with this and telling them it's a vaccine? See, I think what the ethical thing would be is like, hey man, this is a brand new technology. It's never been widely used. And I'll let you know, Moderna, the one I'm injecting you with, this is the first product they ever brought to market. Just so you know. And see, that would be ethical. You know, it's like, to me, it's not ethical when you don't tell these people that. And I think that's really bad. And also, people on YouTube, I cannot really broadcast on YouTube. I don't even know what to say on YouTube anymore. You know, it's like I post the dictionary definition of a vaccine, and I'm kicked off of YouTube for medical misinformation. Makes no sense to me. But I've had like 2 videos taken down because I posted that. And I mean, if I even had this one guy, is this even up here? Oh yeah, this guy. He responded to my video. I know it's me because there was no one else posting this, and I made it so clear because one time, me and someone else, we went around every single video where they were calling this a vaccine, and we're like, no, that's medical misinformation. Because I was really mad that I was getting my videos taken down for medical misinformation. I'm like, look, this is a crime. In fact, let me tell this guy it's a crime because I want him to know it's a crime. Let's see what this guy says. You know, and you, sir, are engaging in this crime by making such videos. You originally made this video in response to me, and you did a horrible job of explaining how mRNA is a pathogen. Because it's got to be a pathogen, right? To be a vaccine. I mean, and how is mRNA a virus? How is mRNA? Nah, I'll leave it at that. See, this is collusion in a crime under copy. There we go. There we go. Boom. You see it? It's right on the screen. So just letting you know, and look at this. This guy got 7 thumbs down, no thumbs up. No one agrees with him. This clown from WZDX News. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my video in a nutshell. I just kind of wanted to bring that to people's attention. Hey, and by the way, I would go to Odyssey, but you know, I had a friend that was like, "Oh, you can go to Odyssey," and I really can't go to Odyssey. Oh shoot! Let's see here. See, because you know, they're like, "Why don't you live from Odyssey?" See, this is why I don't get that. You're supposed to have a link here that says "Go live." It won't let me go live. So there's that. That's why I'm not on Odyssey. I don't know what's going on there. Is it because I got banned so much on YouTube? I can't get that link because I know you got Odyssey allows you to link your YouTube accounts, and maybe you have to have a linked YouTube account to go live on Odyssey. But you know, I bring that up. But anyway, that's why I'm only on brand new tube. And another reason, look at today, I just did a video today, unannounced, 427 views live. This is during a live stream too. 427 people watching live. I get a lot of support over there, and yeah, you got to pay to be on there. But oh well, you know, it's better than being kicked off of YouTube all the time. And another thing I'll add, Fullerton Informer said there's nothing but controlled opposition on brand new tube, and maybe some of the people are, you know, but not everybody is. Like he was saying, like, and here's the thing, Mr. Fullerton Informer, how come you still got your original channel? I mean, if you're so much about truth, why is it that I'm on my 11th channel? I've had over 40 videos now banned. I'm just some guy that works 65 to 70 hours a week, got 2 small children, barely has the time to make 1 video a week. And since October 2020, I have had 40 videos, over 40 videos banned by YouTube, 11 channels banned. Right. I think 3 channels deleted, 11 channels pretty much have maximum strikes. I think these channels, some of the strikes slid off of them, popped off, went away. So I'm able to do it on these 3 channels. But yeah, you know, you, Mr. Fullerton Informer, you're allowed to broadcast, and you're calling people over here like me controlled opposition, and yet, and Vernon Coleman, I know that's one of the names he brought up. You're saying that's controlled opposition over there, but what about YouTube? You don't think that YouTube allows only certain people to speak? It's like, that's why I kind of think that guy might be kind of a clown, and he never brings up like the Vatican, the Pope. It's like, and when they're clearly behind it, it's like, the biggest religion with 1 billion people is basically promoting the whole, like, had Chelsea Clinton speak at their Pontifical Council for Culture, and Chelsea Clinton goes, yeah, we need to do more to get rid of vaccine hesitancy and to go after people on social media that's promoting vaccine hesitancy, and all those people at the Pontifical Council. It's like, yeah. And guess what? See, didn't the Pope even admit that they use aborted fetal tissue in the making of the vaccines? Now, I'm not saying it's in them, but I'm like saying that they do use it to test it on, right? To test the vaccines and everything. And maybe some of them do got it in it. I don't know. But I do know that they at least use it to test it, right? And did the Pope say medical misinformation? So YouTube, so that the Pope admitted it. Now, what I'm saying is, doesn't it stand to reason that now the Pope says it's morally acceptable to go ahead and use these anyway. Okay, I don't think so. I think that's still compromising your morality. But let's say it's morally acceptable to use it. But what if there's like some people out there, it's like, well, I just don't like the fact that they use it. I'd rather die than use it, than use something that than gain. I'd rather die than gain something from the use of aborted fetal cells. So I'll just pass on the whole vaccine, right? Well, the Pope, that's not good enough for the Pope. The Pope's like, well, it's morally acceptable and we'll make you take it. What? Dude, I mean, you just admitted that they used it on aborted fetal cells. If there was like some other way of creating this, which there actually is, but even if there wasn't some other way of creating this, I mean, isn't that more noble that someone's like, no, I'd rather die than ever gain life from using aborted fetal cells? I think that would be noble, and that should be like applauded. But the Pope is going to make sure, no, even if you want to be noble, that's unacceptable. So we're going to go after you, right? So you got the largest religion in the world pushing that, and Fulton Informer never says a word about it. Never brings up Chelsea Clinton, speaking at the Pontifical Council. Never brings up how, all your media is Catholic and everything, and all controlling the narrative. I mean, you show me, show me this. I think that guy's controlled opposition, because how is it that you, buddy, I shouldn't call you buddy. How is it that you guy, how is it that you get to be on YouTube without ever losing your channel? And you're supposed to be this truther, this ultimate truther guy, this like guy that goes and speaks in front of all this, like Fulton Informer. Just to show which video was it. Yeah, it's right here. It's this one that he says it in. And I can go through, I'll just go look through his video, man. So it says a lot about, 5G. It's like nothing about the Vatican. No, I mean, just absolutely nothing. That's like what's crazy to me. It's like, and he calls it, okay, Batur might be controlled opposition. Maybe Shiva is. I don't know. I mean, they do go through some pretty extreme things, to control the opposition, but at least Shiva looks like he's at least trying to do something positive to fix the system. That's my opinion. I don't know. I should really get Dr. Shiva on my show, because if he wouldn't come on, if he refuses to come on my show, then maybe he has controlled opposition. Because I mean, I defend the guy enough, but I mean, I just see this guy, man, and he's like, what? I mean, just nothing about the Vatican and the Jesuits. And I mean, I'll just show you, you know, like Eric77, this guy who's not even a Christian. Look at this, man. I mean, Eric's not even a Christian, right? He sees what's going on. Oops, I should get notifications. But anyway, he sees what's going on. Look, you know, because he's talking about the native groups of Canada, how they're protesting the Pope's canonization of Sarah over the role in California, right? Or wait a minute, this isn't in Canada. But there's Native Americans that are protesting this guy who's getting like canonized by the Catholic Church, who's involved in like a lot of horrible things to the Indians. And then you have, like, you know, the minister of the indigenous services, who says they're not going to go after the Catholic Church for what their role in the residential schools, and 751 children found at one. There's several of them, but just that one school with 750 buried children that, you know, that were abused. And look, here's
vaccine.
See, the Pontifical Council for Culture, right? So this is right here. And what does she say at the end here?
Of the content on social media platforms, of the content more intensive and intentional and coordinate kind of with the Clinton Foundation or with the Clinton Health Access Initiative, is that I personally very strongly believe there has to be more intensive and intentional and coordinated global regulation of the content on social media platforms.
Totally.
We know that the most popular video across all of Latin America for the last few weeks, that now has tens of millions of views, is just an anti-vaccine, kind of anti-science screed that YouTube has just refused to take down. We know that often anti-vaccine content that is created in the United States, unfortunately, kind of flourishes across the world, kind of, you know, through the pathways of WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and
so I just kind of play that little clip. If you want to watch it, you can just go Google that, or go to Eric777's YouTube. A real easy name to remember. Right up there, you got it, right? So you can just go watch this full video. But you know, the one thing too is, what's that one video that YouTube is not taking down that she said was circulating? See, now I'm thinking, I just lost my videos for just posting the definition of a vaccine. I've had videos taken down where all I did was show what others were saying. Like, I didn't say it. These other people said it. I'm just a investigative journalist, reporter, reporting on what I see, you know? And it's like, my videos are being ripped down. So why is it that these other videos are allowed to circulate on YouTube? My mind's like taken down just like that. Not that I'm the biggest audience, you know, like, well, not anymore. I mean, you know, YouTube suspends me so much. I'm lucky to have 20 subscribers on a YouTube channel now. So, but I at one time had over 1,000, and which I was so happy about, because I was like, finally, I can be monetized, and I can maybe do super chats, and maybe someday, maybe I can do this full time and really go after these people. Because one thing I was saying was, we can, you know, in the United States, we're still very fortunate that we have local media, and you can actually show up to the same events that your local media goes to and call them out. Like, here we have like a radio station that's I think we have two that are focused on local things going on locally, local news, and supposed to be Republican, you know, and libertarian centered, right? And you know, these people are supposed to be against all these things going on, like the forced vaccinations and stuff, but I don't think they really are, and I think they spin things. But see, I could go there and call them out, but the thing is, I work so much, I can't do it. But see, folks, you could go out there and call these people out. And oh my gosh, today, if I could only do this full time and actually show up to every event, I could get rid of all these people. I know I could run them out of town, and they would either start to have good, honest local media, because I would call them out on every single thing, and they'd be forced to report better. So either they would be forced to report better and do their shows better, which I think they're on purposely creating these crap shows, or they would be run off, and then maybe the thing would be either people like me replace them, or they just quit having local media coverage. But if they quit having it, then that would put the thought in people's head, why don't we have local media coverage? Why don't we have that, that perspective? Why isn't that going on? And I found out today when I was doing a show on Brand New Tube that they don't have that. I was like, wow, I think it's in London. He's like, yeah, it's more of a national thing. We don't have any local shows. So I guess that's so they don't cover all the protests, because he said, this one guy was telling me they got 100,000 people that show up to these protests. I'm like, wow. And I had a real intelligent guy talking to me about how, man, like this, like how they do this testing for graphene oxide and stuff like that. He decided to stop on my show for about 5 minutes, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But anyway, I did not know. And he brought up the whole thing about how in London they're not allowed to talk about this. So, well, not that they're not allowed to talk about this, but they just don't report the protests. There's there's a lot of protests and they just don't report them. And to be honest, things are underreported here, but they're at least reported. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw those couple of things out at you. I meant to make a quicker video, but letting people know. I do shows Friday on Brand New Tube. I might just start doing them though on Saturdays. My audience is much bigger when I do them around noon. And that's noon New York time on Saturdays. So maybe I'll be doing them like sometime between noon and 4 o'clock. I'm going to try to have Eric777 on my show next week. I think he's one of the top investigators, researchers in the world when it comes to the Jesuits and the Catholic Church. He's a Canadian. He might actually be the best. I think I have called him the best. And really good stuff. I mean, if anyone's new to my channel, just real quick, like he's one of the only people that's brought these things up, like
controversial idea. When I grew up in a Catholic home. I still consider myself a practicing Catholic.
I won't play this whole thing. You can go to Eric77's channel and this, but this is another thing about that Fullerton informer Joe Embriano. It's like never, ever, ever touches this, and then calls me, other people, controlled opposition. Dude, you don't have room to talk. You still got your original channel, buddy. Still the original channel. And how is it, and when you don't, because you don't call these people out enough. You make a lot of shows and you're supposed to be trying to really hit that target. Boy, you're not hitting it, buddy. You're not hitting it at all. And I kind of think you're kind of full of crap. But anyway, that's it.